Good afternoon, KELOLAND. I'm meteorologist Tony Barlow here in the Storm Center. It's about 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Just getting in, doing some forecasting for our active couple of days here. First snow event of the 3 that we're going to see over the next 3 days happened this morning. We've actually got a few this afternoon, real light returns showing up on radar here into portions of southwestern Minnesota. There's another view of it. You can see those showing up there around Sioux Falls as I was coming in this afternoon, just a few flakes flying. So maybe some light snow over in that direction. This is really wave 2, starting to get going out in western South Dakota. We will see snow start up there as we go through the evening hours. Let's take a look at some of the data, some of the weather models here from across the area. And what we'll start with is a look at the system that we're going to be seeing for tomorrow. Zoom in here a little bit, and as we go through time, this is starting out now. As we go through your Sunday, we'll start to see that wave push into western South Dakota. As you can see, it's a little blurry, I know, but let's see if we can zoom this in actually a little bit. That'll help. All right, so we made it a little bigger. That'll help now. So what we're going to be seeing is as this wave moves towards us, we're going to be watching for a southern push. That's what we've been seeing. The trend is that these systems have been pushed just a little bit south. What we're looking at right now, either way, is probably going to be a heavy band of snow into Nebraska. The heaviest for our area is probably going to be right along the South Dakota-Nebraska border, and I think this will extend pretty much the entire southern extent of the state. Snow totals are probably going to be heaviest in the southwest corner of the state, right down here, Rapid City area south, extending over towards Winter, maybe in south-central South Dakota. That's where we have an advisory. Could see 3 to 6 inches of snow there. As you move farther east of that, I think we'll see some decent totals down around Yankton, Vermilion, and Sioux City. Maybe talking more like 3 or 4 inches down there, at least at this point. And if this wave continues to shift south, then that'll obviously take some of those higher snow totals south as well. You can see it just kind of hugs the border, giving light snow to about the southern half of the state. I-90, a good barrier for accumulating snowfall. So south of I-90 is our best chance of seeing some accumulation with this second of 3 waves that moves on through. All right, so as we continue into this week then, let's go forward and talk about our Tuesday system. We first got a glance at this storm system actually a week ago today. It was running a little ahead of schedule. It looked like it was going to be a Sunday-Monday system. Now, as we went through the week, it looked more like a Monday-Tuesday system. And for a lot of folks, this is actually probably going to be a Tuesday-Wednesday system. We often see these areas of low pressure slow down. So here it is out west developing. What happens is these lows come onto the coast. They cruise down along the jet stream. They go up and over the Rockies, and that's a real big factor. Once they go over the Rockies, they kind of take a new shape on the other side of the Rockies. They hit the plains, and they really spin up. That's when they develop. So that's the one thing we watch very, very closely is as these lows come over the Rockies into the plains, what do they look like when they come over? Do they look like what the models have been thinking they would look like, or do they look completely different? So as this low moves over the Rockies, we're going to be watching its location. Current model paths has a couple of areas of low pressure coming together kind of right along Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas region, and then tracking up to the east and northeast. Again, this is south of our area for the most part. You can see here, there's South Dakota. The heaviest precipitation is well to our south. This is Tuesday at noon. But what happens is this area of low pressure takes a pretty sharp turn north. And at that point, we are going to be putting southeast South Dakota and northwest Iowa under the gun to see some heavy precip. This current run of the model, which this is the 12Z GFS run, a longer range model, puts that heaviest band just clipping Sioux City, just clipping our coverage area in northwestern Iowa, with the heaviest precipitation down into central Iowa. The one thing we watch very closely is, as I said, once these come out of the Rockies, we really get a good idea. These have a habit of shifting farther north than projected. This typical, what we call a Colorado low. It originates in Colorado and comes up. They follow a pretty standard path. So that's the one thing we watch very closely, because as of right now, if it follows the current path, we're talking inch or 2 of snow in the biggest city in the state, Sioux Falls. If it moves 50 to 100 miles north, we're talking 6 inches, a foot. So that's why we keep a very close eye. That's why we watch our words when we're talking about these snow systems, because they're pretty unpredictable. They're tough to pin down. So as you can see, this model brings the low up through portions of Illinois. Again, the heaviest precipits off to our east now as we go into Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then it really moves out. We are going to be watching the winds. We'll have some strong winds on the backside. Again, this model run puts Sioux Falls into some pretty weak snowfall amounts. Northwestern Iowa is going to be a little more impressive. But we are going to see snow. I don't think we'll miss it completely, but it's just a matter of how much. And some parts of the state are probably going to miss out on a lot of the snow. The Northeast, one of those spots, which certainly we know they don't need the precipitation. So stay tuned. Oh, I wanted to show you one more thing. If you're one of those people, I know there's a lot of you out there, that likes a lot of updates, check out our KELOLAND Facebook page. You don't have to be a part of Facebook to go here. If you go to facebook.com and search KELOLAND or go to facebook.com/KELOLAND, you'll find our Facebook page. And that's a spot where you can go and get a bunch of updates. We send push updates here twice a day from the Storm Center, sometimes more if we have active weather. And then we get a number of people commenting down here as well. So try to keep it civil in the comment section. But those comments are often pretty valuable as well because they'll help you. They help us as well because people in Aberdeen will say, hey, it's snowing here. Then we know, then you know it's snowing. Road conditions show up there as well. So just another resource, a very good resource to check out from the KELOLAND family here. Thanks for tuning into this video blog. We'll keep you up to date here as we go through the beginning of the week on this very active weather pattern. Stay tuned to KELOLAND TV and KELOLAND.com.